Welcome to Behind the Politics, a weekly podcast where we interview members of the Colorado Senate Democratic Caucus to learn more about their personal and political life. My name is Jill, and I'm here with my colleague David.
Hello.
Today, we're joined by State Senator Michael Merrifield. Hi, Senator Merrifield, and thanks for chatting with us.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
Senator Merrifield's district includes Manitou Springs and part of Colorado Springs. He was first elected to the Senate back in 2014 after serving 8 years in the House, and he currently sits on the Senate Education Committee. So, Senator Merrifield, let's chat for a minute about your love of the outdoors. You are a big mountain biker. You are very well known for that. And where do you usually like to ride?
Well, it depends on the time of the year. Of course, I love the trails around Colorado Springs. We have some awesome trails that people need to be aware of. We should be a mecca for mountain bikers. We need to advertise that more. But when we're here at the Capitol, I run across town whenever I can to the Golden area and do the North Table Mountain, South Table Mountain, Chimney Gulch, all those trails over there. But Crested Butte is my all-time favorite anywhere. Beautiful, wonderful mountain biking.
Oh, well, I'm sure Senator Donovan of SD5, Crested Butte is in her district. I'm sure she would love to hear that.
We should get together and do a ride sometime.
Cool. Have you, biking, have you had any bad injuries as a result of your mountain biking excursions?
Well, I've never broken any bones, but I've had a lot of injuries. Right now, I'm nursing a 3-inch scab on my elbow from a fall last week.
Oh.
I've broken a couple of ribs. I've torn my hamstring, but nothing that I haven't recuperated from, and nothing that's made me think maybe I should quit.
Just getting back up on the bike.
That's right, just like the horse.
All right, and we also hear that you have recently taken up kayaking. Is that true?
That is true. Last summer, my girlfriend and I purchased inflatable kayaks called Duckies, and we were just having a blast. What had happened, we had taken a little trip to Glenwood, and we were in Glenwood Canyon, and we saw these people, I was going to say floating, but it is not floating. I mean, carousing down the stream with some really incredible rapids, and they were just hooting and hollering. It looked so much fun. I said, we're going to do that. The next day we went out and bought inflatable kayaks, and we're learning. We've gotten into Class 3 rapids. That's been pretty challenging, but it is awesome fun. In fact, we'll do our first kayaking run this weekend on the Roaring Fork River.
Oh, that'll be cool.
We are getting kind of close to the end of session. Are there any movies or TV shows that you need to catch up on? And I will admit, full disclosure, we got some intel that you're a huge Big Bang Theory fan.
That's true. I watch Big Bang every night, I guess. Catching up, I guess I don't need to catch up because I've been watching it. But I think there are 2 more this season. I do not want to miss the final 2 episodes of Big Bang Theory. So that's the most important thing at the moment.
What do you like about the show so much?
Oh, they're just so hilarious. And having been kind of a nerd when I was in high school, I can relate to some of the things. I wasn't that big a nerd, of course. I was cool, too.
Or are you still cool, Senator?
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Any other cool plans for the interim or this summer?
Oh, man, I've got so many plans. Of course, I'm going to mountain bike. I'm going to mountain bike until my legs fall off, and then I'll get in the kayak and let my arms fall off after that. So, kayaking, mountain biking, hiking, exploring all parts of the state that I haven't, which is not very many that I haven't explored, but getting outdoors as much as I can, getting down to Arizona to do the same. My mother lives in Tucson, visit with her, and I just need to let it all out.
So just ad-libbing a little bit, I kind of you say, you're really big into mountain biking, you've recently picked up kayaking. I get the sense that you're really an outdoors guy. Have you always been really into the outdoors?
Pretty much. My father was a huge outdoorsman, and he taught me to love the outdoors. He was a hunter, a fisherman, and we did all of those things together, so I always loved being with him. He was a really strict authoritarian, so our best times together were when we were out fishing or hunting, and I've never lost that love of the outdoors.
Is that something that you passed on to your kids?
Well, I wish I had. My son Scott, is also my chief of staff, and he loves the outdoors, but I think more to observe it rather than to be immersed in it.
That's funny. And finally, just a fun question that we've been asking our guests. What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you at the Capitol?
Well, it's an interesting question. I guess what might be embarrassing to many people or many legislators, I kind of look at as a badge of courage or an item of pride, is that my first 2 years in the House, when we were in the minority, I had the distinction of being the most gavelled out of order legislator between both parties. Actually, I thought it was something I could be pretty proud of.
Well, is there any particular memory that sticks out from you being gavelled out in particular?
Well, there's so many times, it's hard to remember now. I remember how startled I was the first time Speaker Spradley gavelled me out of order when I was in the midst of what I thought was a very passionate and eloquent debate and refutation of some issue that colleagues across the aisle had brought forward. But she didn't think it was such a good issue.
Well, thanks for talking with us, Senator Merrifield. And thank you all for listening. As this is our last week of the legislative session, we're not sure who's going to be around next week if we do another episode. So if this is our last episode, thanks so much for listening. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, guys. And hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.